Hello, this is Johnny Henson, Professor Poole with Billiard University out of Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite drills. I've probably been shooting this drill for probably 40 years, and it's really a great drill. Probably one of the best drills that I could probably teach you. Most players do not micromanage their cue ball. They let their cue ball go to rails, roll around the table. They leave themselves very poor angles on their object balls, and so it forces them to their cue ball rolling all over the place. And a pro told me one time, he said, if you don't let your cue ball go to the rail, you have a 0 chance of scratching. Think about that. So if you watch most pros, and if you're on YouTube, when you're watching pros on YouTube, you notice how many times that they don't even take their cue ball to a rail. Now sometimes they do, but when they take their cue ball to a rail, it's nowhere close to a pocket, because they're not going to risk scratching. So this drill is going to teach you a lot about how to micromanage this little thing. And when you do this, your game's going to go to another level, okay? So this game, I call it baseball, okay? Now what happens in baseball? You get 3 strikes, then what happens? End of the inning, right? Okay? So what is, I'm gonna give you 3 strikes. Now how you get a strike is if you fail to pocket a ball, like I'm trying to pocket the 5 and I missed the 5, it hangs in the pocket or whatever. Well, then what I do is I take the 5, I drop it in the pocket. You don't ever double shoot anything, and then you get a strike for that. Anytime this cue ball touches a rail, for any reason, you don't have to hit it hard. If it just barely touches like that, it's a strike. So anytime you miss a ball is a strike. Anytime your cue ball touches a rail, it's a strike. Okay, you only get 3 strikes, and at the end of when you get that 3rd strike, you got to throw all the balls back on the table again and start all over again. And in the beginning, you're going to be starting over quite a bit. But as time goes on, you're going to get better and better and better. After a while, you probably won't even have 3 strikes. You might only have 1 strike. Eventually, you may not even have any strikes. You may run all 15 balls without a strike, okay? You'll never miss a ball, and you never let your cue ball touch a rail, okay? Which is hard to do. So what I'm kind of going to describe here is, let's say I'm shooting the 4 to the pocket. You see this angle? Yes, I'm going to make the 4, but see how my cue ball is going to go to the rail? Well, that's going to give me a strike. So when you're shooting this drill, you're going to be mindful of the angles that you're going into these balls with your cue ball. So let's say I'm shooting the 4. Let's say I do a stop shot on the 2, and let's say let's say I shoot the 15, and I draw off of it. Maybe I make the 1, and then maybe I leave my cue ball here. Well, then maybe I shoot the 3 straight ahead, and maybe I roll over, maybe shoot the 8 in the corner. You can see how you're going to be micromanaging your cue ball, but this cue ball is never going to really leave this area for the entire rack. In fact, very seldom are you ever going to let your cue ball go past this ball or past the 2 ball. And the reason is because once you get down there, you not only do you have a longer shot, but you may not have the right angle to make the ball without getting a scratch or having your cue ball touch the rail. So basically, this is called baseball. In setting up, I'm going to explain the setup. You're going to start with a ball on the head spot and the foot spot. You're going to move these other 2 balls about a diamond out, and they're going to be about a half a diamond back. So you have a little, so you can hit this and you still have a shot on the 2. There's a purpose for that. And then if you notice, all the other balls that I have more than 1 pocket to go into. You see how I can make the 5 there, but I can also make the 5, let's say I can make the 5, I can make the 5 in the corner. You see how I can make the 15 in the side, I can make the 15 in the corner. Okay, likewise, I can make the 10, I can make the 10. So what you want to do when you set this up, you want to really be mindful when you're throwing these balls out randomly that every ball on the table has more than 1 pocket that you can pocket. Because you may not always get the perfect angle. So you need to have choices. And when you do this, it's going to teach you how to micromanage your cue ball, how to never let your cue ball go to a rail, and you're going to be mastering the angle in which your cue ball is going into your object ball, which is really, really the way to take your game to a higher level. So anyway, I want you to give this drill a try. Me personally, I think it's one of the best drills I've ever shot as a player. I think it's helped my game almost more than almost any drill I've ever shot. And so this is one I really, really would embrace all my students to really give a try. Not only give it a try, but embrace it and fall in love with it. Because if you master this, you're going to take your game to a level, the next level up, because it's that good of a drill. So anyway, give this a try, and good luck, and good shooting.